Hello guys, this is the ASMRmedic. I hope you're well. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of work on Spawn. As you know, Spawn has just been sorted out pretty much finally in terms of our plugins and making it nice and safe for different players. I've probably uploaded the intro to the server now as well, so any new players can just quickly look at that sort of 7 or 8 minute video and find themselves a little plot of land for them to start building on quite easily with no real worries about griefing or anything like that. So I think we're finally at a point now where we can just start moving on with having fun, proper fun on the server as a channel. So what we're doing today was a little idea I had on my own single player survival series where I'm currently breeding up lots of sheep to harvest their different coloured wools, red, white, grey, black and that sort of thing, so that we can build a little wool, or not a little but quite a significant wool mural. And I thought that's the sort of thing that would look brilliant at Spawn. So I thought what we could do is we could build it here, a big circular TheASMR logo out of concrete for this, especially due to the fact that we're in the Mesa. We're also in creative mode because I thought that would just make things a little bit easier. Obviously it's just for the aesthetics, so I won't be playing on creative on my server obviously, and I promise I won't abuse the privileges I have when I'm using creative. This is just so that we can get a couple of nice little murals maybe in at Spawn, just to make the place look a little bit more like an actual Spawn location, so that new players, when they join, they can come here, they'll spawn on this little block, they'll have all the rules and starter tools that they need, and they'll see this big TheASMRmedic logo. I think it looked quite cool. So I've actually got a mural picture generated. You can do them quite easily with any photo or picture that you have. I've got Big LG with us at the moment. I think he's just sorting out a little mob spawner or something, I think, or a mob farm. So you might hear him. He exploded just about 2 or 3 minutes ago, so we might see a few more deaths on his part, depending on what he's up to, really. But yeah, the mural kind of gives you a good indication of how to build something. But it actually doesn't give you a perfect circle, and given that mine is actually a perfect circle, I've decided to just find myself a standard 50 block diameter. I want it to be nice and big, nice and bold. If you guys think it's too big, we'll take it down or make it a bit smaller. No stresses really regarding this. I really want your input on this really, so if I put it up you don't like it, want me to change something, put something else up at Spawn, let me know and we can do that together. So I'm just going to crack on with this. So we need about a 5 block gap underneath our. I'm actually going to make it. I'm going to make it 7. Is that going to be too high? If you're on Spawn, no, I think that's okay. We'll do 6, and then the blocks can start at 7 because I don't want this to be right on the floor. I want to be able to walk underneath it. Plus, as you know, if you look at my logo, it's not just a circle, there's a little stethoscope that kind of sort of extends underneath the circle, so that will need to be taken into account as well. So the bottom part is 10. I found myself a 50 diameter circle, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just trying to think where it would look better. Maybe if it extends out a bit more, that's 9, we'll do 10 here. So that's going to be the base of the circle. It's mostly red, obviously. Yeah, I think that's fine. They'll extend out that way and extend out this way. So we'll do the first edge all the way up, and so the next one is 3. We're actually going to break the blocks now, just so that we can. I'm going off now. So the next is another 3. I believe. Yeah, Quotient is online. I think he's AFK though. I think he's AFK fishing. So we've got 3, 3, then it goes up by another 1, and 2, 1, 2, and one more. So how far are we coming so far? So we might need to move this across a bit. This is going to be very big, by the way. It's going to be massive. Oh my god. No, okay, I think we should just go with it. I think this is going to be quite cool. Let's be confident. Be confident in our decision. Because it's going to start coming up anyway. So up by 2. And then across by 1 again. So it's 2s and 1s. Obviously because we're working with a circle. But now it's flipped. So that's 2, 1, 2, 1. So 2, 1, 2, 1. And 3, 3 again. And then we're into the 10s. So 3. And I think the next one should be 10 then, right? Is that looking about right? It is 10, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so it goes 3, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 10. Cool, sorry, I apologise if that's hard for you to... I'm just working with... I'm sort of getting better and better at working with circles at the moment, so this is good practice actually. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you need to come across another 3, then another 3. Now there is obviously some mathematical way of doing this, but I don't know it, so there we go. So it's 3, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then I think you come across again, don't you? So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then 2, 1, 2. So that's 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 1. So there should be a 1 below this. Yeah, that was a 1. There's a 1 there. And we go up to a 1 up here. My god, this is going to be massive. It's going to take ages to fill in. I think there's about 2,500 blocks involved in this thing overall. So it gives you an idea of scale, doesn't it really? I guess we could downsize it a bit, but where's the fun in that, eh? 3, and then 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some people actually like counting, don't they, as ASMR, so if counting's your bag, you're going to love this. So we could have another 3, and another 3. Then we go 1, 2, 1, 2. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, yeah, and then we replace it. So then we go, then we change it around. So then we go 2, the other direction. 1, 2. So that's 2, 1, 2, 1. And then we go into 3s, don't we? 2, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, then we go into 3s. 3. 3, and then 10. I beg 4, 5 that this lines up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we go into our 3s again. Oh yeah, it does look like it's going to line up nicely. That's 2, so 3, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then you change it so it goes 2, yep, 1, 2, take out a pumpkin? I think it might have. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Then we have our 3s. Please line up. Yes. I am so surprised that worked as well as it did. So there we go. Looks kind of wonky, no? No, I guess not. Oh my god, look at the size of this thing. I did not think it was going to be that big. I guess if you're at the top of the mountain, you'll be able to look at that, see that quite clearly, won't you? That's so cool. Oh yes, this is going to be fun. This is going to be really, really fun. Okay, so we've got our circle, which means now I can go back to my actual image that I was originally looking at to get an idea of how we can build certain parts of this. So let's just start filling it in, I think. I think it's good that we've got a silent mouse for this. So yeah, even though people do like the clicking noise of the mouse, I think there is definitely a point at which it becomes a little bit annoying, slightly nauseating. And I think it's when you're clicking 2,500 blocks in place that might be the point at which that becomes a little bit of a sensory overload. So I'm glad we've got our silent mouse, especially for this sort of project. So we're going to go ahead and fill in just a bit of this. Let's get this final line done, and then we can start putting in at least some of the, not necessarily most of the lettering, I guess, but is to try and get an idea of where things are going to be positioned. So the bottom of our kind of, let's find where the bottom of the 10 is. We'll just put a piece of, this is 10, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the borders of the 10, because it's at the 7th block that the bottom of the white cross begins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's around there, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's roughly 7 blocks wide. So let's do 8, shall we? So that it fits nicely inside. So the white cross will fit in quite neatly in between here. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can just start laying down some of that. And that starts at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just fill that in a little bit. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then on the 8th we have the start of our white cross. So there we go. And we'll just bring it down maybe sort of 5 blocks, just so we can see where it's going to be. Okay. But it's the same. They look like they're a bit. They're out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? Ah. There we go. No worries. Okay. So there we go. They're nicely lined up. And then we need to do the same on the other side. Make sure it's nice and even. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can go ahead and fill all that in. I don't know if it's worth doing this completely 3D or if it's good enough to do it like this. So what's that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go, and then we can put this 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll do it on the other side as well. Okay, there we go. And I think that's pretty much all of that done. We need to put these in as well as 3. These are 3 high. Maybe we can go 2 higher on these. Just so we can get an idea. So what I think I'll do is I'll actually make the entire basic shapes to begin with. So I'll put this entire white cross in. We'll end up actually having to break some of these blocks. So that'll look like that, which I think will look perfectly fine with all the red filled in. So let's start bringing those down now. So yeah, it's going to come all the way down to here. It shouldn't take too long to fill in actually. And we'll actually end up breaking some of these blocks so that we can fit in the lettering, the TheASMRmedic, and some of the grey backing towards it as well. So I think that will look quite nice if we do it like that. It may seem like a bit like you're sort of placing redundant blocks, but I think it just makes it a lot easier to sort of see where things need to go if you have everything placed rather than placing, because you know I could probably not have to place maybe 10% of these white, actually probably more like 20% of these white blocks, because they're going to be broken and filled with the black and the grey of the lettering at some point anyway. But it really does help to visualise where things need to go if you do it like this, I think anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all of these blocks in. Actually I wanted to say as well, thanks very much to, I've not quite replied, I mean I probably will have replied to it by the time this video goes out, but Saval, who donated the money for the mouse, which I'm very grateful for, made a suggestion that we should build another one of these murals. Just trying to decide whether we'll do it on the server or whether we'll do it on the single player survival, because she is the chicken god tier. Oh yes, because she is a chicken god technically on Patreon. She's eligible to have a build commissioned for herself on the I guess it could be either the she can decide, it can be either, well, anyone can decide really. If they are at that tier, they can decide where it goes in the either in the survival world or survival single player, or maybe it can go somewhere on the server. I think probably better if it goes. Maybe it should try and be something relevant to the channel, very relevant to the channel anyway. If it's going to go on the server, we can sort of put whatever we want really on our single player. Because I think about doing a chicken logo as well, a chicken head, one of these murals of a chicken head on the server by the spawn. We could do that after this one, unless someone has a better suggestion or something cool as well. But Saval wanted a mural of a mouse face, I think, with a little X for a mouth. I'm not really sure what the significance of that would be for her. So yeah, please let us know in the comment section why you want that done. Really, I'm happy to do it either way. Just interested really what's the inspiration behind it, to be honest. It should be quite fun to make though. So that's that done. I'm thinking maybe we should fill in the red as well before we get going. I actually am. Yeah, I'm gonna fill in the red now. Let's do the borders to this. See how nicely the red makes the white cross stand out. It's gonna make the server look. I know, obviously this is my logo, and I am the ASMRmedic. It's gonna make it look like this is some sort of Minecraft server just for medics, really, or something, or for emergency personnel. It's like the CPR server. Actually, let's not do all this now. I'm going to do the borders. We can look at the borders, how the borders will look together. I'll do a little bit of filling in off camera as well. Yeah, I think that should be. I think it's quite satisfying to see things be filled in like this, but it can get a little bit boring. So I won't show you every single step of me filling in thousands and thousands of blocks. Although I have to say, it's not taking quite as long as I thought it would. I thought this would take absolutely hours. It's probably going to take maybe about an hour and a half for me to do this whole thing, I'd say. So long as we don't meet some sort of great catastrophe in the way we've designed it. Which I think we've done it quite methodically so far though. Okay, that's the borders done, I think. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, this is going to look cool. This is going to look really cool. Let's go down to spawn. Yeah, you might actually struggle a little bit to read the ASMRmedic on it, but as long as it's in black, that should be good. We might want to get some lighting in there as well somehow. Maybe we can put lights, some sort of glowstone here and there in it. Okay, so I want to start filling the rest of this in. And I'll come back to you when I've got sort of a stopping point. Okay, so we've almost finished our. I think it's better to do like this. This is a more tactical way. We've almost finished filling it in. Only took about 20 minutes or so. There we go. This is the final triple strip that we need to do. And then we can start looking at the lettering and thinking about how we're going to do that. I think the best way to do that would be to start with the sort of central letters and work out from the centre to make sure that we get it all nice and neat. Okay. My god, look at the size of this thing. I think this is going to be quite nice actually. So let's just pop over here. Let's jump down to spawn. Yeah, this is cool. I really like this. And let's go have a look. I want to get rid of this dirt pillar as well. We don't need that anymore. That was just to get the first couple of blocks down. Let's head up to the top of the mountain. I'm just going to get rid of. I'm not really sure who placed all this down. Maybe we could get rid of this. Yeah, I don't know whose blocks these are. They're not very nice, are they? So let's get rid of all this. I'm going to try and keep spawn nice and tidy to some degree. So if anyone starts, I wouldn't consider that griefing, but if anyone tries to kind of make it look a little bit untidy, I'll try and tidy up a little bit. So yeah, that's looking pretty cool. So I think the first couple of letters we want to get in are the big S, M, and the S and the M of ASMR. So let's kind of outline it. It looks like the sort of the first arm of the M is relatively central. Actually, I think it would kind of start about here. No, I think that's a little bit too central. Maybe like that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, or 4 would be dead centre. I think that's actually probably about right. And it is about 2. And it kind of comes up to about here, I'd say. Oh no, maybe a bit more than that actually. The M kind of goes up to about there, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. That's how, and that is obviously 2 blocks wide. So let's just fill that in with black concrete. Just see what we're working with this. Okay, so that would be the first arm, and then you come down by 1 block. It looks like trying to do this whole first letter to make sure that our kind of technique is about right. And then it comes down like that, another 3. No, it doesn't. It goes like this. Is that about right? It stops at the level. No, it does go down one more. Like that. And then there's kind of a 3 with a little lip, like that. Is that going down too far? No, I think that's about right actually. And then we do the same thing on this side. This isn't identical to how it looks on the thing that I've on this little mural generator, but it's pretty close, I'd say. I'm kind of taking a couple of sort of creative liberties with it. We can obviously just fill all this in if it's wrong. Just having a little test. There we go. Okay, so that's our M of medic. I think that's pretty good. And then you can kind of come around with some light concrete and fill in a little bit here and there to give it a kind of 3D look. So if I go like this, it's not actually on here like this, but it's worth giving it a go. I think this might be a bit too much if we do this bit as well. Oh, I don't know actually, that looks quite cool. Looks like it's really facing the other way, doesn't it? And how about that as a sort of font size at spawn? I think it looks pretty cool. I prefer it with light concrete to grey, light grey to dark grey. I think dark grey would look maybe a bit too close to black and might actually kind of make it difficult to read. Yeah, I think I prefer light grey. It obviously won't take too long to come and change any of this stuff, so this is subject to change. I think we could probably mix light and dark grey here and there depending on the sort of shadow we're trying to achieve. And then we have another 3 gaps, so including this one. 1, 2, 3. And the first arm of the R is 1 wide, which I'm surprised by. I think we can make it 2 wide. I think we can quite, it says it's 1 wide, I think we can quite safely make that 2. And then it comes across by about, looks like about 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then down like that, making the R of the MR, ASMR. That's 1, 2, and then on this one it comes down by about 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems about right, I'd say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, then you have a gap in which we will put a bit of grey concrete, light grey concrete. Ooh. I think we might be a little bit out. Let's check that out. Okay, I think we need to come down by 1. Yeah, I think that's nicer. It looks a little bit sort of wider, gives it a bit more about it, really, I'd say. Like it's a nicer looking font. So I guess you kind of need to go all the way around the outer edges then, do we? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. I'm surprised it's so easy. Actually, I thought it'd be less intuitive. But it's looking really nice. So I'm going to do these last 2 letters and I'll come back to you. Okay, so I've just finished the ASMR part. Or ASMR part, not the ASMR. That's still to come. I think it's turning out really nicely. It looks really good. From down here, I think it's easily readable. More easily readable than I expected. Now we just need to get in the word medic in a slightly smaller font and a little tiny the at the top. Maybe we can put the in together. The only problem is it's going to be slightly difficult to give it a shade. So maybe there's a way around that people can think of. So it looks like it should be kind of like that. That's the T, and then the H goes 1 block. I guess like that. It looks a little bit taller in this image I'm looking at. So this is the issue. You get kind of a weird looking thing like that if you do it like this. So maybe we should make it a little bit bigger. So let's get rid of this. Fill it in. Because we don't want it to look shabby, do we? So let's get the H nice and centralised. I think we need to make it a teensy bit bigger. So sort of like a couple of font sizes bigger. Let's get rid of it. But the more we centralise it, the more we kind of do it sort of methodically, the easier it will be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe it can be. I mean, that's not very. That might be a bit too big. The is meant to be, especially in the logo, if you look, it's quite small. It's quite small lettering. I think that's probably small enough though, isn't it? And then we can have the T. Is that going to look too chunky? I think it might. Yeah, it's going to be too chunky, so maybe that needs to also be 5 wide. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It seems like if we go 5 and 5, it's going to be super, super big though. I mean, at least it's definitely going to be readable, isn't it? And the E will fit quite nicely. I don't think that needs to be 5, like maybe 4, then maybe 2 and 4, like that. Actually, that could be quite nice. Maybe it'll look odd because it's not quite as wide though. The height's the same, but the depth isn't. Oh no, that's not true actually, because this is 5, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, I think that's actually looking pretty good. Better than I expected actually. So in all honesty. Okay, like that. There we go. Is that going to look weird? No, I don't think so, because I think actually on the angle that looks perfectly as you would expect it to. Let's just go down to the bottom and have a little look. Obviously we can edit all of this later. I actually don't really like the dots on the end of the E. It looks very, I don't know, doesn't look like how it should look. But then if you don't have it, it looks even weirder. Unless we did it. Ooh, no. well, let's put it in and you guys can tell me if you think it looks particularly weird. We can always change it. Nothing is set in stone here. I mean, it is made out of concrete, but no, not particularly. I'm not that set. My heart's not set on all this. This lettering is really nice though. I like this S. It took me a little while to sort that out because the sort of design that I've got on the mural is very, very basic. Okay, so the E of medic, I think we should. The E and D, I think we should start with. So the E, I guess, could be the similar size to that E up there. So that's the top of that, and then this one, the D, actually comes across like this. Now they're quite far away from each other, aren't they? The D does need to be the most central part, and I think it actually comes down how far, sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that puts the centre of the D, or the edge of the D, nice and central. Is that right sort of size? Could make it a little bit taller, couldn't we actually? Apologies, got hiccups actually. I'm trying to make them as ASMR-ish as possible. ASMR hiccups. That's new, isn't it? There we go, like that, and then it comes up by, yeah, about 4. Actually, it comes all the way up like that. Does that look good? Yeah, I quite like that. Let's put in our shading just to see what it's going to look like. This concrete's not even really that grey, it looks more like green to me. Maybe it's my own kind of weird interpretation. Is that the right sort of lettering? Yep, I think so. We don't want to make it too big. We want the ASMR to be the biggest part of it, don't we? And then the E comes down, but obviously the same height, so 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it comes in and just about cuts into the white. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fits quite neatly. I saw, actually, that maybe I should get rid of it like that. Let's leave it like that for now. It looks quite okay, I guess. Maybe the back of the E needs to be too deep as well. I don't know. I think that's okay. What if we did the back of the E as kind of too thick? Yeah, I think that looks better. It definitely gives it more sort of strength than that E up there. I was considering moving it one closer, but then it would be overlapping, and these are quite nicely centralised, so we're not going to do that. Then we want to link up these edges as well, because we want the edges of each of these letters to be kind of nicely centralised. Then this comes down by 2. Then you've got kind of like a square of 4. Right, let's get this shading in. I do apologise if you've heard any kind of construction work. It's probably so quiet, I mean I'm barely hearing it, so it's only going to be disturbing if it's been annoyingly picked up on the microphone. But I don't think it's too loud. Right, I think this is coming together quite nicely actually. Yeah. Oh yes, it's so easy to read. I'm just very, very surprised it's so easy to read, that is. Okay, and so we want then a 1, 2, 3. That might be too far, because between here you've got 1, 2. Oh no, you've got 3 between those. Okay, so that's fine then, because it needs to be the same. So that's the I medic. I'd have to put a whole line of concrete next to it. Seems like slightly strange. There we go. Oh, I suppose your brain knows what it's looking at, doesn't it? So, and then you've got, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, 1, 2, 3 hit, 1, 2, 3 hit, yep. And then it comes across about 3. How far away from the edge is the bottom of this M? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, we need to leave it there then. I guess we'll do it like that maybe. Okay, go. Of course, getting quite a bit of lag there. Sorry. We'll actually one more across on the C, and I think it actually looks perfectly fine like that. But I think this is looking pretty good. It's looking like my logo, and I didn't think it would be not that easy, because it hasn't been easy. Well, it has been easy, but it's not been fast, should I say. But it's turned out really well, I think. It looks really nice. We can start to do the stethoscope now, maybe, actually. So I want to get the general shape in. So, sort of midway, maybe about here, we've got some dark that comes in, sort of comes 3 down. And that looks about the right sort of position for it, I'd say. And then it comes about another 3. What we'll do is we'll just put some dark in, and then I'll look at the logo in a second, and we can kind of, oh no, not those ones, and we can kind of adjust it. So that comes like that. Obviously it comes out quite tall, quite a high angle here. Obviously this is the sort of the arm of the stethoscope, like that, and then it maybe we'll put one in here, and then it kind of comes across like that. Oh no, maybe one more. So I guess you have to kind of know what you're looking at. And then it comes across 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Actually, it needs to be even, I'd say. So maybe I'll go down one more. This is why I'm glad I gave myself a little bit more breathing space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1. It's a whole bunch like this. So obviously there are slightly different angles. It's actually 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've done one too many. Although no, actually, what we'll have to do is let's go maybe a bit more sort of like this. Our standard kind of 1, 2, 1, 2. I think will give us a nice angle. We'll come out by another 2, I think. Let's fill all this in just for now. Okay, I think oh, we've got a travelling tradesman with no tradesman. Don't know where he is. How does that look right now? I know that means it's going to be smaller. we want it to come more like that, don't we? So I guess it does kind of make more sense. So that was actually, so let's count this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. 2, 1, 2, 1. Yep. So we want it to be more like that, don't we? So. Unless we go 1. No. So we want it to go like this, don't we? Where do we want the ear of the stethoscope to be? I guess that's really the only way then, because then that does give us a nice sort of angle. Well, let's see how that turns out. One more maybe? No, I don't think so. Ooh, that's horrible. That's really wrong. Let's just see. Oh dearie. Okay, let's have a little think about this. So, where do we want it to end? Might be the best way to do it. So I guess we want it to be kind of like here, I guess. Yeah. So let's get rid of this. Stop it confusing us. And this is actually going to be where the sort of, the tubing comes out of. I can't believe this is the bit that's causing this much issue. Then maybe it needs to go down by 3 from there. No, that doesn't make any sense. 2 from there. Yeah, okay, fine. Going kind of random here. No, that needs to go there. I'm fairly certain that's the right position for that. I've messed this up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. No, that's fine. Maybe that needs to come out then, like that. we're almost getting there. We're almost there. We're back to this. He's coming after us, isn't he? I mean, that's so close. To be honest, that might be it. That might actually be how it should look. It just looks a little bit kind of jinky. Okay, I'm going to leave it like this. Let me know if I should just... Maybe someone else I can leave some concrete there for someone to play around with. But I think that's about right, actually. And now that should be kind of more like that, I think. No, let's do it like that. I'm just doing the colours for what would kind of represent. Yeah, I think that's about right, and then we can put maybe one in there. I'm not going to put one there. Give it a bit more. Maybe we do need to put it here. I think we need one here. Just to give it a little bit of kind of as if it's sort of a piece of, like actually a piece of metal. That might be too thick. Yeah, I think so. Let's take those out. And let's pop these two in here. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like this now. I'm okay with this. I think I'm finally okay with it. And now we can move on to I think it should be a little bit easier because we're not working really with these are two bits that need to kind of come together, if you know what I mean. So okay, so let's work on this. I think actually this should go down one more. It should come across three to kind of give it a bit of a wide berth, and then it should come up a little bit like that at the same rate, and then it can kind of curl around. Maybe it should be a bit bigger. Like that. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And then I want it to come across one more before it starts coming up. This is quite good practice actually for this sort of thing. Yeah, that's good. Then we'll go in one like that. Does that work? Yeah, because we don't want it to be too even. And then we can have a kind of the sort of listening. The bell of the device can be like that, and we can just add in. Well, this bit is not going to be that colour, it's going to be this colour. And we can make that like that. I think we should add in some of those. Actually, no, these should be grey, shouldn't they? Let's take that one away. That doesn't really seem to make any sense to me. Like that, maybe. think we don't need these. I don't think we need these. Well, I think this is looking really good. I think that's it, to be honest. Maybe the medic part could be bigger. Maybe I can make that lettering bigger. I can bring it all down by like 1 or 2. I'm going to give that a go. Yes, I'm going to give it a go. So currently it's 7 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to bring it down by 2. Just going to leave it all like that. It might make it slightly too long is the only thing. It shouldn't be too hard to replicate, I don't think, if I don't like it. Let's just quickly look at that. It's starting to look like a bit like an Enderman, isn't it? That's the only thing, a bit kind of spindly. I think you'd have to bring it out wide as well by 1. Or maybe not. No, I'm not going to mess around with this. I think this is probably enough for now. I'm going to let you guys judge what you think. If you think that it is too, the medic part is a little bit too thin, then the font is slightly too small, let me know and I'll go and edit it. But I'm not going to mess around with it too much just yet, just because I don't know. Maybe it's fine. I wouldn't want to mess around with something and then not be able to remember how I had it before. So there we go. There is our final look at it from the spawn site. Oh yeah, I think this is cool. I think maybe it could do with a border, like a big, like it could go around with black or something, or whites maybe. I think it could definitely do with a border. What kind of colour? What would look better, white or black? I don't think it can't be a new colour. Maybe just like that. Maybe black would interfere too much here, is the only thing I'm thinking. Because if you started going around with black like that, then it might... Well, thankfully, actually, I mean... What do we reckon? I think black is always the best kind of colour to go around with. I guess you would kind of need to go here as well, wouldn't you? Or would that look really weird? Ooh, it's starting to look weird, is the only thing. Whereas if you did with white, maybe it wouldn't be quite as weird. Like it's kind of still on a canvas. Yeah, actually might even make this bit pop even a bit more. And I think red on white is still quite a contrast. I guess it doesn't need that one. And perhaps it doesn't even need these. Okay, I'm going to go around with white. So let's do that. So yeah guys, let me know what you think. Let me know about any sort of adjustments you'd like to see on this, or what sort of... I mean, to be honest, I think we need to fill this area with some cool murals, because that's what really adds to the sort of inviting nature of the spawn. When you join a new server, sure, you might like the channel and support the channel, but I think having a cool mural and things like that at spawn makes it look much more inviting and much more sort of like it's been loved. So, you know, I think sure we can have a sort of standard vanilla server, but if the spawns where we welcome people is where people make their first impressions of the server. So I think this sort of stuff is quite cool to have, and I love doing this sort of creative stuff, and it's definitely a license to do a bit of more creative things on our server. The rest obviously is purely survival, so you can't really do this sort of stuff. Yeah, I think this is going to look better with a border. Oh yeah, definitely. I think it helps it to pop actually a little bit. Okay, but I think that's probably it. So I hope that you've enjoyed this sort of video. I am planning on doing another showcasing of people's builds, because we've got a couple more people who've told me they've finished their builds. I actually went to go and see someone's build. It might have been Wings of Dawn, I can't remember. It might have been Quotient actually. And I went to go see it. Actually, it wasn't too far from here. Might have been Quotient. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Quotient. They've got a cool kind of sort of sand villa looking thing, and yeah, it looks really nice. So you have definitely a few more places to go and see, and there's always people popping on and building things. So I think every day I could probably do an update to the showcase. So we'll do that soon. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow and release it on Thursday, Friday or something. Maybe on the weekend. We'll see. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you have a lovely rest of your evening, and I'll see you again in the next one.